Welcome back to Cleve, Loveland, and the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, and I'm the Lone Ranger. Thank you for tuning into our show today. It's such a beautiful Saturday to be out and about looking at property. You know, Cleve and I have really decided that we are committed to helping all of you out there that are renting or know somebody that's renting become a homeowner in your home to celebrate Thanksgiving.
The turkey transaction month.
The turkey that's what
I like
we're calling
I just
this.
came up with that.
The turkey transaction run. So here's the thing. It's today is October September the 25th. Where October is right around the corner. It's easy we could even get you in by Halloween. Like I can get you
in quickly. Yes.
I can get, if you act today, I'll
move with purpose.
Right? How would you like to celebrate your own spooky house?
Have the kids go trick-or-treating in the neighborhood.
In your new home instead of in your apartment complex.
Yep.
Right? So you could do that. There's a lot of reasons to get out of renting and become a homeowner. A lot of reasons.
Yep.
One of them is, what do we do? How are we saving money by renting? You're not.
You're not.
Right. What's your average rent in this area?
I think I'm having T-shirts done up say "Never met a rich renter."
There's no such thing as a rich renter.
Yep.
Okay. So if you're, what's your average rent in this area right now?
Oh, I got to say at least 1,700.
It's at least $1,535. My last check.
Yep.
Now, some people may say, I'm renting for $800. Yeah, you're renting from somebody that I don't even know what you're living in. But your average rent in Central Florida is $1,535. That's your average rent for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath place. Now, you get into a 3.2 or a 4.2 or a 4.3, it's going to be a lot. You're going to be in the $2,000 price, right? So if you rented for $1,500 a month for 5 years, you spent $90,000 to the landlord.
Good gosh.
If you bought 5 years ago at the median sales price, which was about $235,000, your house is now worth $300,000 to $325,000.
Yep.
So you would have made $75,000 to $90,000.
Yep.
Right. But you and I even seen in the last year where people have made $50,000 just in the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I've had some people I talked to
that's not even uncommon.
A year or two ago, and then we're sitting down this year and they're like, wow.
Right. So why would you want to rent? Why? The only reason people rent is they don't think they can buy. They're afraid of the process. They don't think they have enough cash to close. Their credit isn't good. Okay?
All they got to do is go to your website, webringyouhome.com. Now, I want to talk about the other part of that market. If you're renting, you definitely got to buy something. Just do it. As Bruce would say, grab yourself by the head and shake your head around a little bit. Beat yourself about the head and shoulders. You got to buy. No, there's not any rich renters out there. I don't care what YouTuber, what blogger you're watching. There's no rich renters. The other part of the market I want to talk about is the people moving up. And I got a lot of people. I sold them houses 5-7 years ago for $300,000, for $400,000, and now they're worth $599 or $650. And they're ready to take that equity, and really it's not going to cost them much more of a payment.
Right.
And they want to get the McMansion, and they want to move into a jumbo price range. So they want to buy something, let's say above $800,000, $900,000. They want that lakefront. They want that ranch on 10 acres. They want the 5,000 square foot home, so mom and dad can be at the other wing, and he doesn't have to, dad doesn't have to listen to the mother-in-law. They're the outlaws.
So that's a jumbo loan. That's a mortgage where the loan exceeds $543,000.
Yep.
Okay, so that's considered jumbo.
Yep.
Right, and my jumbo interest rates are unbelievable. Like my jumbo interest rates are in the high 2s for a high credit score jumbo buyer. And the difference between a jumbo buyer,
usually they're a lot more than regular rates.
Usually a jumbo would be typically a little bit higher rate than a conforming rate, but right now my jumbos are strong. CrossCountry Mortgage, we are servicing, underwriting, everything is done in-house with me. Okay, I'm not a broker. I'm not a middleman going out finding some Bank America to do my mortgage for me. That is not the case here. So everything's internal.
I talk about people that might be selling a house and bringing $300,000 or $400,000 to put down. You've got a product where somebody, let's say they got a bunch of money in the market and they're doing okay. They don't want to pull $200,000 or $300,000 out for a down payment. Right. Tell everybody about that.
So your typical jumbo is going to require a 20% down payment for you to get like those 2.75% 30-year fixed rates, 2.25% 15-year fixed rate. But we came up with a program at CrossCountry that I've never seen before. It is a jumbo loan with 3.5% down.
What?
I'm telling you, 3.5% down. Now, that sounds like a big gimmick. Now, Okay, here's the deal. Your underwriting criteria will be a little bit more strict because we are mitigating risk.
Is the rate 6%?
No.
Oh.
I'm actually getting par rates right now with a credit score over 720, par rates at 3.875%. But here's the clincher on that. No PMI. Like who pays?
What? Because PMI could be $400 or $500 a month.
Easily on that. So the 3.875, no points. You can buy that rate down a little bit, but you're only putting 3.5% into the market. Now, your cash reserve requirements go from 6 months to 2 years. So you have to have money. You can't be broke and get a $750,000.
It's got to make sense.
Well, that's got to make sense. Yeah. So the reserve requirements are high. Your debt ratio can't exceed 40%. It's 43 on a typical jumbo anyway. So, and you got to have decent credit scores. But for those of you out there that are sitting on a pile of cash but don't want to spend it because it's in the market making you money, like my money's making me gobs of money right now. If you don't have a financial planner helping you in the market, get yourself one right away.
Or call us. We've got some good ones.
Or call us. We'll refer you to somebody. We know lots of folks. But so here's a jumbo product. So I can go up to a loan amount of $750 with 3.5% down. I don't know anybody that's got that program.
That's just okay. All right.
I know.
I'm gonna go looking for that new lakefront mansion.
You don't even believe me, do you?
I send you our deals that fail. Give that number out.
Call me at 407-250-9144. Or better yet, go to my website. Do an online application at WeBringYouHome.com. Purchase or refinance.
This is why I send people to you. I even refer other realtors to you because you will rescue the deal or you will tell me if there's not a loan there. I have loans sometimes. I have transactions get delayed. And I go, I have a transaction coordinator that checks on these things every day. That's why our closings don't fall apart. We'll get you to the closing table. But sometimes we'll have somebody say, we're changing lenders. Whoa, wait a minute. Why are you doing that? Oh, we didn't like the other guy. Well, I'm like, we're not extending your contract unless you go to Bruce. Go to the loan arranger, and you will tell me, hey, this is a loan. I can get this done. I need X amount of time. They got to do these things for me. Yeah. And I can control the transaction. I don't have transactions where the moving truck's in the driveway and the loan's falling apart.
That's a horrible
and that's
situation.
A horrible feeling. I've seen lenders do that to people. It does not happen with you, and especially if buyers get their fast track done too, if they start that process up front.
Fast track is a full loan approval. It puts you in a position where you are as close to a cash buyer as you can possibly be. Do you know why? First of all, did you know that 85% of people getting a mortgage are dissatisfied and don't close on time? Across the country.
That's pretty bad.
85% are dissatisfied and don't close on time.
You've never missed a closing.
Well,
for me.
I may not have missed a closing for you. I would be lying if I said I've never missed a closing before. But the biggest challenge in my industry is not me. It's the client getting the
paperwork documents.
So, and listen, I'm not trying to push the blame off on you guys, my clients, because I cater to you. I am here to cater to you. But typically when we see a transaction that doesn't close on time, it's because the client, we're struggling to get the documents from the client.
You got to make sure it makes sense.
It could be because of an appraisal. Yeah. Like everybody's got appraisal issues today. Could be a home inspection. Could be because it needed a new roof. Could be because of you couldn't find the divorce decree and you're getting child support or paying it. There could be any number of reasons. But here's my advice for any of you getting a mortgage out there. Even if you're not using me, which you should always use me for your financing, even if you're not using me, you get what the loan officer and the processor are requesting as fast as you can, and it avoids missing closings. So my team is all over the client to get things up front because I don't want to nickel and dime you later on. Yeah. If you don't get them up front, you're going to be nickeled and dimed later on.
It feels like a pesky ex-wife calling you.
I don't know what that's like. We don't want that. Yeah. We want your experience at CrossCountry Mortgage with the loan arranger to be over the top unbelievable. All right. Over the top. 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. What you got?
I got a guy emailing me asking me about, he said a realtor came through his house and told him to renovate the kitchen, repaint the interior and exterior of the house, and literally when he came up with and replace some flooring, and when he got everything priced out, he was spending $40,000 to sell a $380,000 house.
Wow.
Well,
that was great advice.
And so literally, yeah. Well, I've got a 50-point staging checklist, and I know something like that is usually not needed unless the place is falling apart. But what's hard is if you spent $50,000 to fix your house up, the appraiser's probably only give you $25,000.
Right.
And the public might give you 30 or so.
Maybe.
I look at my 50-point checklist I've got focuses the dollars where they need to be. And most of it's not dollars. Most of it's decluttering. Most of it's staging. Most of it's getting rid of things. It's okay to have one part of your garage full of boxes. It's okay to have one bedroom of your 5-bedroom home with some boxes and moving things in. People understand.
But if you can clear it, you're going to get more money.
You will, but decluttering is the main thing. Usually people have too much stuff, and they don't care about your stuff. No matter how much you care about your stuff, the people buying your home don't care about your stuff. They want to see how their family's going to fit in your home, and that's what's important. I walk through a house, but I rarely tell people to spend more than 2 or 3% of the price of their home to fix it up. And I just know that the return on that dollar amount is not as much the higher you go, and you're not going to get as much back. I know what an appraiser is going to look at. I know what the public's going to look at. So you want to save money, and you want to get ideas on what to do to your house to get it ready to sell, call me, even if you're 6 months or a year out. 407-352-8118 for Cleve Loveland or cleveloveland.com.
And that's good advice, because 6 months gives somebody plenty of time, because what's going to happen is we tend to be procrastinators, right? So we procrastinate. Then all of a sudden, Betty comes up and says, "Hey, John, I found this house. We got to see this house," and they fall in love with it. And then they need to do something to their home, or it's not ready to sell, and you need the cash from your current home to buy the new home. So start now. It's okay. You're not going to get pressured from Cleve or from me. Let's get the paperwork done now. Let's get the pre-approval done now. Let's understand what it takes to get the maximum amount out of the sale of your home now. That way you're better prepared and it's less stress. There's nothing worse than stress, thinking that you've got to sell your home in order to close on this new one. That's a lot of stress for people.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. So we can eliminate that. Just start early. 407-250-9144. I'm the Loan Arranger. If you are considering getting into the market and buying a home, call me. First-time home buyers, call me. 0 down payment loans for USDA and VA, call me. 3.5% FHA loans. Now jumbos for 3.5%. It's hard for me to even say that again.
Say that
it's
again.
Hard for me. Jumbos for 3.5% down. Okay, I've got them.
It just doesn't click in your brain.
It's hard for me to even.
First thing I think is FHA's doing jumbos. No, it's not FHA.
No, it's not FHA. It's not FHA. And so, but listen, we're here to guide you in the right direction. There's no reason for you to be a renter any longer. Stop being a spectator. Let's get into the game and become a homeowner. Now, if you're already a homeowner, do you know, Cleve, that 81% of people that are eligible for refinancing and would benefit from a savings of refinancing, whether it's debt consolidation, home improvement,
haven't done it,
or have not done it. 81% nationally have not done it. And I look at that and I go, what would be the reason? The reason is you're just busy. So why don't you make it easy? Go to WeBringYouHome.com, do an application. My team will personally analyze it. I will personally analyze it. And then we're going to help you start saving money. Stop delaying. Interest rates aren't going down anytime soon. I mean, they're already at rock bottom. What do you want? 0 interest rate, right?
Well, so, then you get to close like a 2% or 2.25 15-year.
I've got a 2.25 15-year. I'm closing probably next week.
Wow!
If the lady can get the builder to finish up his permits on here.
Yeah.
I got a builder. I'd love to salad gate this guy. Holy moly, is he?
Oh, wow.
He is holding my client hostage. So, and that's another thing we can talk about on another time, is what can tie up a transaction. Solar panels. Can't stand solar panels. I hate solar panels. Now, don't call me up and go, "Oh, that's not for the energy. We need energy." We do. I'm not saying I don't like the idea of solar panels. I don't like the way they're sold to you, because you guys are being duped and they're putting a UTC lien on your property, and the salespeople aren't even telling you that. It's not good, and it changes your loan to value, which will affect an interest rate on your mortgage. And if you have any questions, you call me at 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com, or call Cleve.
407-352-8118. Chances are we've sold one of those rooftops on your street in the past 50 years.
Great. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of Cleve Loveland and the Loan Arranger Radio Show.